Everyone make sure that their microphone's turned off now.
Unmute it.
Yes, please. And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm so excited to be bringing the Queensland 2020 AusMumpreneur of the Year Award finalists for you. They'll be pitching about their business and telling you a bit more about the incredible business they've created and how they've done it. Our first presenter today is Abby Stewart from Oi Cosmetics. Welcome, Abby.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Firstly, I'd just like to say what an honour it is to be part of this group and amongst women who are on a mission to make a difference through their business. My name is Abby Stewart, and the truth about how I got into business is one I've never actually valued until I had to review it during this awards process. I grew up in a family business and a working environment my whole life where learning leadership and business skills were installed into me from a very young age. We had to work out how to make both family and business fit together and work together as a team to achieve an outcome. Throughout my early career, I was always involved in leadership and management roles. At the age of 24, an opportunity presented itself to start my own business, which was something at that point that I'd never really thought about. So I decided to give it a crack. Being young, I thought it was going to be easy, but boy, was I wrong. And there's honestly been so many challenges and lessons learned along the way, and it's been a crazy ride. Now, 10 years on, Oi Cosmetic Studio is an amazing skin clinic that I'm so proud of. The business all stemmed from a membership idea that we created sitting in a hotel room trying to work out a way to overcome the everyday cash flow challenges that many beauty salons faced. We now have an amazing team of 6 therapists, 1 doctor, and 1 registered nurse that work tirelessly with our clients. Majority of these clients are mums. They have high-powered, stressful jobs. They have everyday family struggles. And these women are doing their working careers along with raising their family. They come into our studio to have an unforgettable experience where they can allocate time to surrender themselves to the outside world while getting a workout for their skin. The nature of how we serve them becomes easy and affordable, as we enable people to have payment plans through a membership-based system. Our innovation of the skin membership was to enable clients to visit us on a regular basis and bring them a holistic approach to their health and well-being, while also creating a transformation, allowing them to feel confident in their skin and to love the way that they look. This year, we've managed to move premises and double the size of our clinic. We've achieved turnover growth of 180% and have grown by 3 staff members. I think we are making an impact here because this whole process grew me as a person and showed me how to create a business around my family and my children. I have a 6, a 3, and a 1-year-old. And for anyone who has young children or close in age, you know that this is not always an easy thing to do. This has enabled me to create a platform where people feel good within themselves, where they have a boutique place to visit, where they can make changes to enable them to feel confident. Then they get to go home and have to deal with all of life and all its responsibilities, and it becomes so much easier for them. I'd like to thank the AusMumpreneur Awards for creating a platform where people like me who had a vision and a dream can be recognised for some of our achievements, but more importantly, that there is a place to celebrate us. as we are the people who hold other people up, and every single one of us, whether you get an award or not, you all play a role in how we serve and make a difference in our community. Congratulations and good luck to all the finalists. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Congratulations on everything you've achieved with your business. I'd now like to introduce Angel McIntosh of Forte School of Music, Stafford.
Hello, everybody. It's so nice to be here. It's wonderful to be part of this group. So thank you so much, Peace and Katie, for making it possible for us. This is my first year, and I'm just blown away by how beautiful it is, and even the way that you've just chucked it all online, you know, at the last moment. It's unbelievable. Congratulations. So a little bit about me. I've been in business now for 12 years, having bought the music school that I was working at after 2 years. My school is Forte School of Music at Stafford, and I'm one of 17 different franchises in Australia, New Zealand, and over in the UK. The network is bustling with creatives and innovators, and we all support and share with each other. So I started at Windsor, taking over the existing school there, where we had 220 students. It wasn't ideal. The parking wasn't great. It was up 17 stairs, and mums and babies would be lumbering up there with prams and everything. So we found a beautiful new premises at Stafford, right next to a music store. So it was ideal. And so then I had the fun of decking it out, designing it and fitting it out. So now we've got 9 big teaching spaces. We have private studios as well as rooms that are big enough for classes of children. We teach about 11 different instruments in private settings, as well as our piano classes, and we teach any age. We have our babies classes for parents and babies over 6 months, and we also have students in their 80s. So I employ 20 staff, teachers and admin, and I personally teach over 100 students myself a week. So that's the nitty-gritty of the business, but the real business is the love and the fun and the music that every day is filled with. Ever since I started this business, I've had the support and encouragement from my children who were in primary school and high school at that stage. I'm so happy that 3 of them grew old enough. When they grew old enough, they began working in the business. And my daughter, Cassie, is also my manager. And together with the help of good-hearted, dedicated and talented people, we've built the school now to what it is today, 500 strong. So I believe that my teachers and staff are the gold in my business, and the families and students are the little gemstones. So I always think of it like that. Cassie is now a brand new mummy of a 4-month-old. So now I've got a baby back in the house, and it's just really beautiful. She brings him in. It's a perfect place to come into work, so he can come in, and so we juggle that together. Being an entrepreneur, as all of you know, is a special type of crazy. You need to believe in yourself. You need to put everything on the line. And that's why I'm so honored to be accepted into this group of brave women who back themselves. And I know that through my example, my children want to go out and run their own businesses and employ their own staff and be their own boss and create their own world. It's so wonderful. I love my school because I get to wear so many hats. I'm a teacher, a trainer, a boss, a dressmaker, a set designer, an event planner, a game and instrument creator. It's just really the best of both worlds. So we teach and create on a daily basis. I'm a firm believer in Sir Ken Robinson's Do Schools Kill Creativity. So we see it on a daily basis, the creativity of little children, and we really try to instill that all of the time. We have concerts, we play games, and we really try to build on the creativity of children and make sure that doesn't die. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my wonderful partner, who basically is my chef and my delivery driver and my carpenter, and he does everything for me. So I'm really privileged to be here. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Angel, and congratulations on your beautiful music school. It sounds amazing.
Thank you.
It's now my great pleasure to introduce Elena Goss of AIS Water.
Hello. I'm not your typical CEO or water disinfection business owner who typically would be a male. Then who am I? I'm a proud mother, grandmother, daughter, and wife, and my family is my greatest success and reason for being. 27 years ago, I took control of my own destiny. I moved from Russia to Australia, learned English, and had a career change, moving from the stage to the manufacturing arena and joining family business. But I wasn't welcome. The industry didn't accept a go-getting businesswoman with a strong Russian accent shaping the industry's future. They called me KGB. And I responded with humor, changing my car's number plate to KGB and telling my opponents that KGB is now official and to watch their backs. I was fearless and built our company from 3 staff to an internationally acclaimed success story with more than 40 staff and multi-million-dollar turnover business. So what do? We design and manufacture water disinfection technology that protects swimmers from waterborne bacteria and viruses in home and public swimming pools. And why do I do it? I'm a strong believer in enhancing life by protecting our most precious resource, water. Do you know that independent university research shows that our technology saves up to 1.6 million liters of water in just one 50-meter public swimming pool? I am leading the change I want to see in the world. And for this, I'm drawing attention to the social, economic, and environmental impact of water wastage in swimming pools. I'm also a DV survivor, and I'm very passionate about preventing domestic violence. I have raised over $120,000 for Women's Legal Service Queensland to date. Over the years, I won dozens of national and international awards. But most importantly, I have finally found myself, and I celebrate it. If I will win, I will use this platform to advocate for safe swimming pools, ensuring water is preserved as a result, and continue to advocate for safer, more fair, and authentic society for all women. And for that, I need your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena, and congratulations on your incredible business.
Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Heidi Johnson.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, thank you to the organisers and sponsors of this worthwhile opportunity. In these adverse times, you've done a truly remarkable job. I feel truly humbled to be grouped with such an outstanding group of businesswomen. My name is Heidi Johnson. I'm based in Queensland, in Far North Queensland in Cairns, and I'm the sole director of a safety business called NorSafe. And I sell peace of mind. I want to tell you a true story now. On New Year's Day in 2019, a tragedy occurred in a tiny community close to my hometown. A 39-year-old mother and her 10-year-old daughter were tragically killed on their farm. Juanita and Ava came into contact with electricity due to an extreme set of circumstances, which was caused from a damaged extension lead and inadequate RCD safety switch protection. Juanita and Mitch had 3 little girls, and now because of this tragedy, their family will be forever changed and grieving the loss of their loved ones. NorSafe's whole purpose is to protect, to offer a service that reduces the likelihood of tragedies like this from occurring. We provide our clients with peace of mind and a safer working environment by identifying faulty equipment and removing them from service. Our services include testing and tagging, RCD testing, repair work, and thermal imaging. In 2009, I had a dream of being a better mum, of not having to do night shift driving heavy equipment anymore. I came across this service and quickly realized that it would be a fabulous business model because electricians didn't want to do it, and it was a recurring legislative requirement. The bonus is I could fulfill my desire to protect people. However, I had no money, no skills, and no clients. So I set about building my business from the ground up. 10 years on, NorSafe has now evolved. We now service all regions in Far North Queensland, from Townsville to the tip. I have a dedicated team of ladies who are just as passionate as me in protecting our clients. I'm very proud of their evolution too. I've witnessed all my staff grow into confident women with a whole new skill set and able to adapt to many varied scenarios. Norsafe has provided my son and family with an outstanding education and many opportunities. In the past 2 years, we've achieved an average of 30% growth, and despite COVID, we continue to retain and generate new clients. I'm proud also to be one of the first females on the board of NECA Queensland, that's the National Electrical and Communications Association. And I'm also proactive in the community on my quest for electrical safety. Norsafe has taken me to the farthest reaches of remote Far North Queensland to provide a safety service to many that would usually miss out. I've crossed swollen, croc-infested creeks, driven on bull dust back roads, raced cyclones across the Cape, slept in my car, all for the benefit of our loyal clients. I'm very proud to have educated our clients in the dangers of electricity and removed over 4,000 items of unsafe electrical equipment. I know without a doubt that we have saved someone's life, and I'm very proud of my achievements. I hope also to continue to inspire others that no matter their age or gender, you can have a go. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you, Heidi, and congratulations on your business. It sounds incredible. I'd now like to introduce Kylie Martin of GF Oats. Welcome, Kylie.
Sorry, have you got me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Kylie and I am the founder and managing director of GF Oats Australia. We supply premium quality foods to people who follow specific dietary protocols. We manufacture and supply our products in an array of flavours and sizes to suit every table. Our signature range is gluten-free oats, which are presently sourced from international growers. But we are the #1 suppliers of gluten-free oats, both here in Australia and New Zealand. So 10 years ago, I saw a unique opportunity to introduce gluten-free oats to Australia, to add to my current health food range, and I imported 750 kilos, which was 1 pallet of oats. Fast forward to 2020, and we are now projecting that we are going to import 150 tonnes this year and over 200 pallets in this financial year, and introduce you to the Australian gluten-free oats, which was my ultimate dream and my why to leave a legacy. So to say this product has been a challenge to promote is really an understatement. So let me draw you a brief picture. I was going to take the Aussie market by storm with the introduction of the gluten-free oats, but it had barely reached the shores of Australia when I discovered there was a subclause in the Australian food labelling laws that prevented any product that contained oats to be called gluten-free. Oops. Despite that, I thought I'd continue. If I didn't do it, then somebody really else would. Countless label changes, non-negotiable visits to Queensland Health fielding complaints, keyboard warriors, phone calls, and unpleasant threats. I rebranded in 2016, which saw the birth of Gloriously Free Oats, my ultimate shower moment idea. I quickly followed that up with the trademark so I could lock that baby down. Since then, we have enjoyed 50% growth year on year. 2019, my major win was attending my first AusMumpreneurs and winning the food and beverage category. Well, this got me through a business that was really in turmoil. We had staff changes that year, contractors letting us down, health food chains went broke, suppliers defaulted on bills, and manufacturers who failed to supply. I literally begged Peter to pay Paul. I knew we needed more control, and I decided to build a new digital platform and e-commerce store. Essentially, I thought this was just going to be my last crack. I won 2 grants, a digital and a branding grant. Would you believe we launched this in March, just in time for panic buying? We finished our financial year hitting our 7-figure target and have since doubled our sales month on month and gained a beautiful collaboration with Legacy Australia, with our GF Oats Anzac biscuits, and have been approved to run biscuit drives nationally. So what a ride it has been. And after 10 years, I feel as though I am now officially an overnight success. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kylie, and congratulations. What an amazing story.
Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Leonie Dawson. Welcome, Leonie.
Thanks, Peace, my love. And thank you to AusMumpreneur for continuing to create such an amazing gathering of women. And I think we're all such anomalies in our own lives. And so when we get to see each other, we're like, one of my people, one of my people. So for me, when I was a kid, I grew up in remote North Queensland, and my farming parents gave me 3 pieces of career advice. The first was, do not have a business because 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. 2, you're not allowed to have a creative career because artists are starving. And 3, don't bother earning over $75,000 a year because then you'll be paying too much tax and it's just not worth it. You know, I tried to follow their advice, and of course it was well-meaning, but it just didn't work for me. I even worked for the Australian government in the hopes of one day becoming a high-flying minister or a government executive, but it only lasted a couple of years before I realized 2 things. It made me miserable, and it's definitely not what I was born to do. And when I did have kids, I didn't want to have a full-time job away from them. So I decided that in my early 20s, that come hell or high water, I needed to craft a creative business for myself. And I remember flying home to tell my wild bushman dad, and I felt like I was coming out of the closet. At the airport, I told him, Dad, I need to tell you something. I've decided I'm going to be an artist. And he grunted and said, artists never make any money. And I laughed and said, well, I come from a long line of dreamers because I come from a family of farmers, and farmers don't make any money either. He said, you think you're funny, don't you? And I said, I totally do. I absolutely think I do. But making that decision to follow my dreams no matter what and crafting my own path has been the best and most important decision I've ever made. Over a decade later, I've brought in over $10 million in revenue with profit margins that are 9 times the industry average. I teach about 10,000 students a year through my online business, creativity, and money courses. I'm an internationally best-selling author and illustrator of the Goal Getter workbooks, which are used by about 400,000 people worldwide. And I've done all of this while only working 10 hours a week so that I can be a present mum to my kids. I have 2 daughters, aged 6 and 10, and we've homeschooled for 3 years. We live on the Sunshine Coast and have lived in some of the most beautiful places in Australia over the last 10 years. Wherever there's an internet connection and a laptop, I can work. I'm a passionate philanthropist, and I've donated over $40,000 to a Kenyan children's orphanage. I'm in the top 1% of Kiva lenders worldwide. I've built a library in Vietnam through Room to Read. I've helped to build a 6-room school in West Ghana. During the Australian bushfires, we donated $12,000 to help the Australian Wildlife Conservancy build a predator-free fence to save endangered animals. And we've given over 400 scholarships this year alone to Black, Indigenous, and people of colour, and to healthcare workers. And I'm really happy to report that my parents' advice was wrong. You really can have a thriving, abundant, creative career. You can create a successful business beyond your wildest dreams. And earning over the highest tax bracket is awesome, and I highly recommend the experience.
Oh, thank you, Leonie. And congratulations. What an amazing story. I would now like to introduce our next presenter, Linda Petter. Welcome, Linda.
Hello. Hi, I'm Linda Petter from Poppy's Chocolate. My nickname is Poppy, but I'm also referred to as the Chocolate Queen. Poppy's Chocolate makes delicious gourmet chocolates that we send all over Australia. We are based in southeast Queensland, and I also have a chocolate cafe on the Gold Coast. Our main market was wholesale, supplying Jetstar, Palazzo Versace and hospitality, as well as retailers around Australia. When COVID hit, 90% of our wholesale business vanished overnight, and we had to close our cafe and a pop-up shop. It was just before Easter, and we had a lot of Easter eggs to sell and nowhere to sell them. We pivoted quickly to sell online and sold it all. But with online selling came a gift. We could reach a lot more people than we ever had. I created Poppy's Chocolate 15 years ago when I had a 2-year-old boy and a 6-month-old girl. They're now 18 and 15. In 2009, I had a third child, a boy, and in 2012, my husband left us. That's a whole other story, but let's just say that my biggest fear, to be on my own, came true. It was an extremely challenging time, but I also survived and thrived. What was pivotal was realizing that no matter what we worried about, if it doesn't happen, we survive. When I started Poppy's, it was because the line, do what you're passionate about and the money will follow, was popular at the time. The money went the opposite direction for a lot of that time, but I did learn a lot. I was inspired to start Poppy's because I had 2 passions, aside from my family, chocolate and business. My nan had a love of sweets that was a little crazy, and she taught me to choose my dessert first and then order a smaller main meal to ensure I could fit in dessert. She gave me a passion for good chocolate and sweets, and we made a lot together. My stepdad also had his own business, and I really wanted to have mine. These passions came together when I found a gap in the market after I encouraged my husband to be more romantic by suggesting he'd gift me some delicious chocolates. So I created my own chocolates, romance and business. I believe the reason I've succeeded is a few decisions I made. One was to decide to be decisive. This increased productivity massively, and most of the time my first intuition was right. On days I didn't want to keep going, I just kept getting up. People would say to me, I don't know how you do it, and my answer would be, I just do. I had to believe in myself and not expect others to believe in me, and pivot quickly. I'm reminded of the difference we make to people when we receive amazing emails and watch people's reactions to our chocolates, especially as so many people are separated from each other at the moment, and sending a gift is just so important. I also accepted I could not always do everything I wanted as a mumpreneur, so I needed to choose my best ideas and say no to a lot of others. Poppy's Chocolate focus now is to be the best online shop in Australia, online chocolate shop, and bring joy into homes Australia-wide. Chocolate's got the power to make people feel good by receiving or gifting it, and definitely by eating it. Nothing makes me happy than to receive emails every day from customers whose we've changed lives of. We think of ourselves as happiness creators. You can find us at poppyschocolate.com.au. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, and congratulations. What an amazing story.
Thank you.
I'd now like to invite Nikki Warren. Welcome, Nikki.
Thank you, Peace. Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm a single mum of 2 kids aged 15 and 6. What inspired me to start NaturoBest was that during my first pregnancy, I suffered with terrible morning sickness. I then became a naturopath and studied the condition extensively when I did my health science degree. With my second pregnancy, I was really disappointed with the lack of high quality prenatal vitamins on the market and the fact that they weren't tailored for the unique needs of each trimester. So I designed my own, and I had them made through a compounding pharmacist. The formula I designed for the first trimester also reduced morning sickness, and it worked so well for me and subsequently my clients that I knew I had to take it to the market. I had a few challenges to overcome in the first couple of years. One came 3 weeks after we launched. I had an advertising complaint that resulted in having to change my brand name, which was Naturopath's Best, to NaturoBest. Even though I am a health professional, you're not allowed to have an endorsement by a health professional. I decided to take the complaint as a compliment. If we weren't seen as a threat, they wouldn't have gone to so much effort to try to take us down. When we relaunched as NaturoBest, we changed the packaging to glass bottles, which fit with our premium brand. And we also decided to go retail instead of practitioner only, which turned out to be a great success. Because the business lost a lot of money as a result of the complaint, I had to learn how to do everything myself. I purchased an online course in social media marketing and a couple of mentoring courses, and they really helped guide me along the way. I'm really grateful to have those skills now though, because when I outsource something, I'm not blindly handing it over to the agency or consultant. I know whether they're doing a good job or not. On a personal level, there were a few challenges after I started my business. I separated from my husband, my grandmother and nephew died, and I had some health challenges, most likely as a result of all the stress. But despite that, I managed to double my revenue for the last 2 consecutive years in a row. And this year I'm on track to triple that revenue. As of this year, we're now exporting to Vietnam, Singapore, US, and I just signed a distribution agreement for the UK and Europe, which is going to be huge. We're currently going through the growth phase of the business, and I've been able to start outsourcing a lot of work. So, you know, it's so nice to finally get back to having a normal life after the first few years of relentless work that comes with being in the startup phase, the blood, sweat and tears that only this group of finalists and other entrepreneurs will fully appreciate. It's really exciting to receive so much support from other Australian mums. And I love seeing all the great reviews coming through. That's what really keeps me motivated. I'm currently working on a few new products and I'm hoping to release those next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki, and congratulations on all of your success. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Tanya. Welcome, Tanya.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tanya. Thank you so much, Pace and Kate, for having me here. I must say, I'm really so excited and I'm listening to all your stories. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm inspired to do more again because all of you are just like me, having had their own challenges. So what's my story? I'm originally from India, so left from India to England, and there's a reason behind it. That's because I married a Muslim. And I'm a Hindu, so obviously we can't live there, and it's against everything, against cultural, every boundaries, everything broken. So we had to move to England. So from there again, I was on my own initially, and then my husband joined later. So I did my medical training, completed that, and then we were like, okay, now what's next? And then migrated to Australia. So it's kind of been constantly being comfortable, then breaking that, and comfortable, and then breaking that. So here I am, 2010, landed in Australia, and having no idea where Gold Coast was in the map. So like we landed, and there has been days wondering, where am I? What am I doing here? I do have no family, no friends, nobody. So then my first job went, and I thought, I'll be the best doctor, I'll do everything right, and normal GP and everything, but things were not as rosy as I pictured it to be in my dreams, moving from England to Australia. So it forced me out there to move from that job to start my own business. Have I done business before? No. Has anyone in my family done business before? No. We're all professional, had no idea how to run a business. So 3 months, started with the first medical center, entered straight into something which has got no computer at all. So that was the first journey. And now, 10 years, fast forwarding the time, 8 medical center, a brand of skin lab and beauty, cosmetic laser clinics, skin and hair products, and health and well-being products. And now we are expanding globally. Our AMTAN services is now going to be global, and we're really excited. This is the story so far. Challenges, where do I begin? It's been challenges every time, everywhere. Like a lot of you, I'm really, my heart goes out, because I can almost picturize every challenge that you all have gone through. And I can relate to each of the challenges with the medical industry. My God, did I know anything about tax system, how everything works here? No. Nothing. So I had to learn everything. I had to learn business. I had to learn even sometimes I'm the nurse, sometimes I'm the receptionist. And then I fell pregnant, not once, twice. And honestly, I did have times that I had to take my baby, 8-month-old baby, not out of choice, but because my babysitter forgot to turn up. So what do I do with my patients? My boy on my lap. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do but to have, consultation, a 2-way, 3-way consultation. People were absolutely gorgeous, supportive. I can't be grateful to Queenslanders ever. They are so beautiful. They've been very supportive and they were understanding. The other challenge, I thought, there were certain instances where I had people actually say, okay, so who's the main doctor, or what is she, it's a man, or is it, what does she look like, and things like that. So I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, but really my answer is, I'm a human being. I'm being, supported by the medical board, and I'm as good as any man doctor. So, and I would not tolerate it. And now with all the medical businesses and the beauty clinics and everything that I have, I encourage more female staff to take roles. So we have got 90% of our staff are female members, and every medical center, what I have made sure we have a beautiful, friendly staff room. Why? Because of school holidays. What do we moms do? We can't always depend on friends and family when we have to go anywhere. So I realize that's normal. So let's actually have somewhere. I encourage doctors, staff, anyone who wants to bring their child, bring them over, because we are not just moms, we have other roles to do, but we should not be pulled back because of these things. We should do it together. It's a package. Kids and home life and everything comes as a package. The next big challenge, as I said, where do I begin? The next big challenge was the products. So did I know anything about it? No. Starting from designing how the product looks like, how to trial it, doing the clinical trials, to end user, you getting their feedback, and then learning from what we have done and recreating the whole thing again. So I learned everything again. I'm a medical doctor. I have no idea how to do all of this about. So I had to learn absolutely everything. And I'm not, I'm new to the country as well, understanding the culture, understanding what people needed. That got me really more excited, because this is a beautiful country, and I do believe in Australian dream. It is a fantastic, encouraging country. The third thing, I'll have to say this, the COVID. Oh my God. Here I am, a protective mother, trying to do everything perfect, coming back from clinic, wash myself, wash that, wash this, alcohol, wipe my phone, everything. And then we have COVID hits, and then who's the most vulnerable? Me and my family. So working in a medical center, I have to see patients. I cannot let my patients down. At the same time, I have to protect my family. My son has got, one of them has got severe asthma, the other one's got mild. The older one has been in ICU, an emergency. I remember running, I was in India for my holidays, running with my child in the middle of the street, not knowing where to go, which hospital. I know what to do, but I can't do anything. So I have had this experience. So I know I have to protect my child. But at the same time, I'm not going to shy away being a doctor and being the front line. If my staff's going to do that, I'm going to do that with them. So what we did during COVID times, we opened 24/7 lines. So after 7 o'clock, every phone comes to my direct mobile number. So anyone in calls 1300 4M10, we introduced that in a matter of 2 weeks. So we set up the call center, introduced the phone line. We have the whole team of people working in it. So after 7, it comes to me. So anyone who's got concerns, mental health issues, or just stress, or not knowing what to do, I talk to them. I actually give them what I could, and then organize whatever needs to be done for the person. So then moving on from there, now we have actually got drive-through testing center. So COVID drive-through testing center has been a great success. We've been on the news. It was amazing because we had few cases positive, unfortunately, this part of the coast. So obviously we had to be there for the community. So we did over 1,000 tests through our drive-through testing center. Yeah, so again, I'm putting my whole family and all of us at risk. So we're there from 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week till 5 o'clock, hot sun. It was, I can't, it's kind of a bit emotional. when the local communities came in with the food and hats and all that stuff. It's beautiful. So yeah, these are my challenges. So really, what do I have to tell everyone? The one thing I would like to say is that if you think you're right, if you have an idea, if you think you're right, and if you want to do it, no matter what, nothing should stop you, not even your own fear. If you think you're right and you have a good idea, there may be 10 different products in the market. It doesn't matter. There could be hundreds of different medical centers. It doesn't matter. You may have different skin lab and beauty clinics and all that. It doesn't matter. What is your point of difference? How can you bring out that difference? What is your unique quality that you can reflect on the business? That makes a big difference. And that inspires others. And what I've done, I have taken whatever I have. I don't have much. I have, my dreams have been led by my action. So I do something, then I can dream big. Then I'm like, okay, this one, let's do this. Let's do this. So that's been how I've functioned till now. So, so I have got a group of underprivileged girls in India who are victims of unfortunate rape and domestic violence. I'm supporting them and trying to mentor them. It's not through money isn't the answer, that we all know. If we actually give them, empower them with education and the skills and the tools to actually do something for themselves, have an income and be sustainable, be able to look after themselves on their own, that is the biggest thing that we can give any girl child. So that's what we're focusing on as well. So thank you so much. Please, I don't know what else to add because my thoughts going so much and I'm so excited. I can keep talking. I love it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tanya. And what an incredible story. Really amazing. Well, everyone, that concludes our AusMumpreneur of the Year pitches. And I'd love to invite you all, everybody who's watching us live or watching the recording, to join us tonight. The Queensland 2020 AusMumpreneur Awards are happening from 6 p.m. They'll be live streamed to the AusMumpreneur Facebook page, where we will be announcing the winners of all of the awards, including our top award, AusMumpreneur of the Year. So we would love to wish all of you the very best of luck, our AusMumpreneur of the Year finalists, and we will see you tonight. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.